Preetika Rao. I'm a model and actor from Mumbai, India, and today I'm going to be talking about a very interesting topic, especially for women, and that's makeup. All of us wonder at some point or the other if makeup is safe to use, or does it have, chemicals, or does it cause acne? So today I have my dermatologist, Dr. Sharmila Nayak, to answer all these questions for you. Welcome, doctor.
Hi Preetika, it's always a pleasure. Thank you for having me on your show.
My pleasure entirely. Let's move on directly to makeup, because as an actor, I have to wear makeup, so often. And today, the kind of trend social media has brought in is like photography, videography, and we see teenagers and school-going girls wearing makeup all the time. In fact, when I was in college, I would never wear makeup. I would even if I had to, I would probably wear chapstick, maybe a tinted chapstick, or eyeliner, maybe in just powder. But today I see young girls wearing foundation to college. Being somebody who's very research oriented and who just goes into the skin of everything, that especially when it comes to food intake or diet or makeup, I do a lot of research. And when I did research about makeup, I realized that, the University of Notre Dame, there was a professor who did research where he found this chemical called PFAS. PFAS is a chemical that is used for stabilizing plastic. It is used as, a sterilizing agent for a lot of medical equipments. It's used for making your carpets stain-free and waterproof, and it's also used in makeup. So it's really scary that we have such industrial chemicals in big brands. Like when I researched, I saw big brands, all of them, you name it, these brands had PFAS in it. It was even more scarier for me. And the more I did research, the more I got to know that if your makeup says that it's long wear, long lasting, or if it has, or if it's smudge proof for that matter, waterproof for that matter, it has PFAS and many more chemicals. Also, my research said that stay away from brands that say that they have fragrance, because I heard a lady say on the internet that this one word fragrance has so many chemicals hiding behind it. So being an actor, I really want to ask you, is makeup really safe? Does it contain chemicals?
So Preetika rightly put up, it is really alarming to see that young kids, school, college, they are putting makeup on an everyday basis. So yes, when you're applying something which is not just long lasting, why do we say even long lasting? So when you put makeup on an everyday basis, it is going to have preservatives. Is it required for us to put makeup on a daily basis? Not really. I always am a firm believer that invest in your skin, get it as flawless as possible so that you don't have to hide your flaws, you just enhance. Putting a sunscreen is definitely different than putting makeup. So yes, do not put something which is not necessary. It will clog your pores. Is it harmful? I'm very happy that you brought up this topic about, smudge proof, waterproof, long stay. On a daily basis, we do not need, of course, as an actor, you would probably need a smudge proof lipstick, maybe a waterproof mascara, but not for daily basis activities. So research, when you spoke about studies, there are multiple studies which have revealed what ingredients certain makeup has. PFAS is basically a fluorinated compound or a substance. So the full form is, if someone wants to know, that's polyfluoroalkyl substance, PFAS. So these are having binding properties. It also gives a certain texture to your makeup. Once anything is long lasting, it will have certain chemicals which are going to stay on your skin. Now imagine you put something which has certain chemicals on your lips. You're not only licking it, but it's forming a layer, and lips being very delicate and thin, as an anatomical structure, when we say, you can absorb certain things through your mucosa. So read the ingredients carefully, Another thing is not all ingredients are mentioned, because these are cosmetic industry. Fragrances, it's called a hidden secret. When you have a fragrance, fragrance is also known to cause photosensitivity at times. Okay, it is required to camouflage certain things, but it should not be heavily perfumed. So yes, makeup, I have seen with my experience of past so many years, acne, rashes, makeup causing dermatitis, basically it's irritation of the lips, peeling of skin. I have used a certain brand and it was something which was very drying and it did not suit me. I personally got for an event when I put a long stay lipstick, it started peeling my skin for 2 days, and I realized that it's a certain type of ingredient which does not go well with our skin, because as I always say in every talk show, high quality matters, right? So long stay means that it has preservatives and it would have certain binding agents which are chemicals. So please choose your makeup carefully and please realize, is it required for that particular event? Minimize the use of long stay makeup. I'm not advocating please don't use long stay. We need it, right? As an actor you need it. Even for a person, layman, we want to attend events where we don't want our makeup to smudge. Right. Another very important tip is minimize the contact time of your makeup. Moment your event is done, especially with long stay makeup, make sure you wipe it with a special cleanser, a special wipe that you get, maybe an eye or a lipstick makeup remover, and immediately after that put a nice layer of a protective chapstick or a cream.
Okay. And I remember this one brand, which I cannot name that brand, but I had literally, done an interview where my fans will remember I had shown that product to them. It was a 3-in-1. It was a compact which had foundation and powder and concealer. Yeah, so it was a 3-in-1 compact having foundation, concealer and powder. And I remember every single time I wore this product, I would break out into rashes. And I had actually told my fans that this is a very good product for people and you should use it. And then I realized it's not doing something right. So I remember asking you, and you told me about a certain ingredient that it had. Would you want to tell us about it?
So some of the brands have certain chemicals which have metals in it, like mercury, arsenic, lead. There are certain ingredients which cause rashes. It's not just you, Preetika. I have also seen similar kind of a picture. I remember a family, if I could just share that, they used a particular brand, the mother-daughter. They always used to come with clogged pores, pigmentation, and no amount of deep cleansing. So let's say they came to my clinic to show their skin and they had a layer of their makeup. And when we are deep cleansing it, every deep cleanse there is still a minute trace of that makeup because it had gone and clogged all their pores. So not just the consistency of the makeup, the metals which are there, acrylates are there. There are so many ingredients. So you need to know what brand you choose. Look at certain kind of elements which are mentioned. It could be cruelty-free, clean beauty. We talk about that a lot nowadays. Right. Look at least chemicals. Okay, so I wouldn't say you would find something which is definitely without zero chemicals. There would be a preservative. Don't choose products which have a high amount of fragrance, high amount of preservatives. I like to have something which has a texture which is non-drying. Okay, so you need to choose like a vitamin E enriched chapstick or a lipstick. How good would that be for your lips? Right. So choose some brands which are skin friendly. Look at non-comedogenic, hypoallergenic, meant for sensitive skin. So fragrance free, least chemicals, least fragrance. Right. These are clue words which probably people could look at when they choose their makeup. So choose it very wisely. Do a research like how we do.
Also, while choosing makeup removers, there are certain water-based makeup removers which sometimes I think they called some mineral water or something like that. Is it? Am I right about it?
Right.
Some of them are really effective and some of them are not. Is it safe to use that?
If you use certain type of makeup removers, because see, when you use a studio fix kind of a makeup, heavy bases, you need oil to break it. Then you have certain products which are more like thermal water, mineral water, and these are good quality products if you choose it from a well-renowned brand, who's there in the industry since years, which is backed by research. When you use these products, they are calming, they're soothing the skin, they're non-irritant, meant for sensitive skin. So you could use these products, but just remember as a thumb rule, when you use a makeup cleanser, make sure you're rinsing it off. Use a mild non-foaming face wash, because you don't want any trace of the cleansing milk or the oil-based cleanser to be on your skin.
A very good brand of makeup remover says it's non-comedogenic, and it's like a whitish transparent lotion.
Yes,
and
that's right.
yeah, I think a lot of people use it. And what is it all about?
Okay, so this is a brand. Of course, we are not talking about the names, but yes, what you said, it's most of the people who are using it would probably identify which brand we're talking about. It's a mild non-foaming cleanser which can be used as a cleanser as well as a face wash. It's meant for sensitive skin. It is also something which does not have any fragrance in it. We give it, it's a prescription face wash which we give even for people who have atopic dermatitis or eczema skin. So yes, that's absolutely safe to use because it does not strip away the natural moisture of your skin.
Is it okay to name it?
Could probably leave it in the comment box. If someone wants to know some good brand names, I think Preetika and I would be so happy to help people on a personal basis.
So what does non-comedogenic mean, and do non-comedogenic products cause acne?
Okay, that's a very important question. So when we talk about non-comedogenic, what it means, it's a product which does not clog the pores. It is least prone to cause acne. See, there are so many youngsters who have oily skin, who have acne prone skin, or they have active acne. Now they want to hide a little bit of the acne, the red skin with makeup. So which is the product? So they should just choose a non-comedogenic product. That means it's not going to aggravate your acne. And there is a condition called Acne Cosmetica. That means there are certain ingredients in a makeup or a cosmetic which will clog your pores and which can give rise to acne. Very interesting to know, when we say makeup or cosmetics, we forget that even hair. If you use hair pomades or certain hair styling agents, if they are staying on the hair for longer time, people do get acne like eruptions around the hairline. Right. That is again Acne Cosmetica. And certain people get a lot of clogging of pores, more acne, because certain makeup items have again certain chemicals. There could be parabens, acrylates, algae extracts, mineral oils, lanolin. Those are the products which would clog the pores and lead to acne. So please ensure that you are using water-based products. If it's your moisturizer, use a non-comedogenic cosmetic brand. Then you're going to have less chances of getting acne.
What about this whole fashion about mineral makeup? What do you say about it?
Well, there are two sides to it. Mineral makeup, again, when you talk about, they say it has less chemicals and also it is a little safe to be used on a certain type of skin.
Okay.
But I like to follow my medical terms. When I look at products, I want to see if it's water-based for oily skin, if it's for dry skin, is it meant for dry sensitive skin? And then I look at perfume-free or fragrance-free, cruelty-free at times, because that's so important in today's time. And also I look at products which are hypoallergenic and non-comedogenic.
So recently, after the lockdown, I did a lot of research, and the new set of makeup that I bought from brands which said paraben-free, non-toxic, I think silicone-free, and these brands which also said that they were vegan and they, like you said, recycled paper, and these are brands which are conscious. These are brands which declare that they are made safe. So my suggestion to all my followers would be, look out for makeup which says and declares 100% natural, vegan, made safe, non-toxic. Whether it's your primers, your lipsticks, your mascaras, everything. And like we discussed, don't go for, you know, the long stays and smudge proof, waterproof makeup. And I think makeup is something you should use only when you really need to. Otherwise, use safer, you know, shea butter kind of tinted maybe chapsticks and kajals. If you want to use kajals, I always go for 100% natural kajals. I will discuss about my makeup, and I'll show my followers my makeup products in another episode. But Dr. Sharmila, if there's anything more you can add, you can. Otherwise, I think you have really guided us very well on this topic.
So what is very important for everyone to remember is look out for ingredients which are not just helping you set your makeup, but also which help repair your skin. And definitely I would just say that invest in your skin, because that represents you for a very long time.
Great. Thank you, doctor, so much for your valuable tips. I hope all the young girls out there have got some takeaway today from this episode. And until we come back with so many other topics on skin, dermatology, the do's and the don'ts, lots of love.